I want to talk to you about what you are doing with the land that you own. Every single one of you own different pieces of land in different areas. I'm not talking about physical land, I'm talking about digital land. You own a piece of land on TikTok. You own a piece of land on LinkedIn. You own a piece of land on Facebook. You own a piece of land on Instagram. You own a piece of land on Snapchat. You own a piece of land. You have the potential to own a piece of land on Google. And all of these pieces of land are free. But many of us are not doing anything with the land.
This is Secrets for Success.
Welcome to the Secrets for Success podcast. I'm your host, Greg Todd. Thank you, as always, for joining me today. I want to talk to you about what you are doing with the land that you own. You are the owner of land, and I'm not sure if you're doing, look, some of you are, but let's make sure that every single one of you are using the land that you have been given. So why do I bring this up? Well, usually I have some moment that happens, throughout these weekends where I have people flying in from all over the country to work with me and to work with my team. I'm so grateful and so thankful for the people that I get to serve. But during those moments, I sometimes have these off, site conversations or these impromptu conversations with clients. And, I don't know how it fully came up. I'm trying to remember the whole context of it, but that doesn't matter right now. I think the big thing is what was said and what a client, basically came to the realization of is that, she owned a piece of land for a very long time and she decided to do nothing with it until the last year. And, her life has changed. Her entire situation has changed. It's opened up so many different opportunities. And she said to me, I could have done something with this land many years ago, and I just didn't do it. I didn't understand it. Okay. So what are we talking about here? All right. So what we're talking about is understanding this. Every single one of you own different pieces of land in different areas. I'm not talking about physical land. I'm talking about digital land. You own a piece of land on TikTok. You own a piece of land on LinkedIn. You own a piece of land on Facebook. You own a piece of land on Instagram. You own a piece of land on Snapchat. You own a piece of land. You have the potential to own a piece of land on Google. And all of these pieces of land are free. But many of us are not doing anything with the land. We haven't built any property on the land. And I find that very concerning. But it might be the case that many of you just don't understand that you actually have a piece of land that you've been given. So this is so interesting, right? In 2022, I bought this piece of land. Okay, I actually just sent out an email on this, today. But in 2022, I bought this piece of land in an area called Morganton, Georgia. Okay, the piece of land was 1.4 acres. And the piece of land it was just a piece of land, like it was a bunch of trees and bushes and whatnot, and you could buy the piece of land, which is good, but the piece of land wasn't making me any money. The piece of land wasn't bringing me or my family any joy yet. See, I bought the piece of land, but then I had to actually start to do something with that land. And what I decided to do was that I was going to build a property on that land. And that property is a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath cabin that has had the ability to have my family go there, a few times over the last, 3 years that I've owned it. Has had the ability for other families to enjoy it. I don't know how many families have gone there, but probably over 70, 75 families at this point. Has had the ability for my clients to go up there. I've probably done about 1, 2, 3. I don't know, probably about maybe 8 to 10 client events. Usually it's like it was at least 2 in 2025. It was, I think, 4 in 2024. And in 2023, I think I did 4 events. Yeah, so it's got to be at least close to 10 events that we've had up there. And so look, my whole point in all this is that I had a piece of land, but the piece of land means nothing if I don't build something on the land for it to actually provide value to other people. Okay. And so, okay, that makes sense, right? It makes sense, right? And no different than the Bayshore property or the Skyview property or, what, like if you just have the land, but you do nothing with the land and you don't build anything on the land, then the land, yeah, it's worth something, but it's really not worth the potential of what it could be, right? Okay. Well, guys, it's the same thing with what you have in front of you right now digitally. Like you have a digital piece of land on Instagram. It's called your Instagram profile. You have it. Now, you're like, well, I ain't making it. Yeah, because you're not doing anything with the land. Like you haven't said, I am going to actually go and physically build something. I'm going to build something that's going to bring value to people so that that land one day will be worth more than what it is right now. It's no different than me buying that piece of land in Morganton, and the land in and of itself is like whatever, but now you start to build something on it. And even when you build the thing, it's not like 70 families, just went there the first week. No, to be honest with you, nobody went there for a while, right? It's just me and my family. And then after that, it's like, okay, let me see if I can start having clients go there and see if they'll fly in at Atlanta or fly into Chattanooga and then head over to the property. And then they started finding it valuable. Like, oh my gosh, we're going to come back here, right? And then over time, you start to market the property and, get other people to help you and build a team around it. And now it's like, man, that place is like full, like nearly every week, right? Okay. So guys, my point is that we have the opportunity to basically build on our piece of land. And I want you all to start thinking of the platforms, whether it is Go High Level or it is Kajabi or it is Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube. Like these are pieces of property that for the most part are free. I mean, there's some that might cost a couple bucks here and there, but these pieces of property have the ability to bring so much value to people. And I was just thinking about this past weekend, and I was thinking about the clients that I had here, and none of those clients would be here had I not built on my digital piece of property. Whether it was Facebook or it was Instagram or it was TikTok, like none of those relationships would have happened. And even the things that have built from those relationships and now all the people that they're helping with me teaching them how to do this, none of it would have happened if I just let the land go vacant. But the reality is that I had the land, just wasn't doing anything with it. And you have the land, and some of you are doing something with it and some of you aren't. So if anything, I just want to use this podcast episode to encourage you to use the land that you have and go build something on it. Build something special. Build something that can bring value to people. This week, look, nearly every week now in 2026, I'm actually doing a class. I do the classes usually at 8 p.m. And I talk about like how you can build, right? And I really just want to see you guys build something different and special, because so many of you are so beat up by the traditional healthcare model of just seeing patients. You're tired, you're exhausted, and the cost of living is going up, and you're tired and you're exhausted, and cost of living is going up even more, and you're tired. Okay, you get the point. And you're looking for something different. You know what? It's sitting right in front of you. One of the things I told one of my clients this past week is just like, where do I even start? There's so many things, so many opportunities. I was like, start with what you have. Start with what's in front of you. And for many of you, what's in front of you right now is everything that you've already paid a lot of money and time and investment, which is the knowledge, the expertise, the experience that you have. And that's your blueprint. That's your ability to actually say, hey, I can actually build something on this property. So what you have right now is you have everything you've ever gone through, everything you've ever experienced, whether it's in healthcare or not in healthcare. It could be life, it could be anything, right? You have that, and you have this piece of land. You have multiple pieces of land that you have the potential to build property on that land so that that land can be of value to other people so they can enjoy it. So please do that. If you want to join my masterclass, you can just go to smartsuccesshealthcare.com / I think it's OPM. It's Online Product Masterclass. And sign up for the masterclass. It's free. Sign up for the masterclass. Come over there if you want to learn how to build a piece of land or a piece of property on land. And I really want to see you guys do this. Why? Because, man, why not? Because you have it. It's like, you have it. Might as well do something with it and let it bless other people. And it can bless you in the process. Anyways, I hope that helps. I hope that serves you. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. I love you guys. Till next time.